2 viewers now. Who is watching? What's up, sweet? Start working on a new game.
Good morning. Hey, can you hear me? Think back. Search your memory for an image of yourself.
This game's got a pretty advanced character creation system. It's also, I haven't played it in a while, but it's also added some pre-generated characters as well it didn't have whenever it first came out. All sorts of face paint and shit. Accessories out the ass. I don't want to spend too much time on this though. Just gonna go with the basic appearance. Go with this dude.
Yeah, that's what you look like. Now, we can finally meet. We finally meet.
There's a way to skip this tutorial.
You will now be reborn as an immortal creature, a revenant. There are things you will need to know in your new life, so listen well. Each revenant has a different power coursing through their veins, called a blood code. The best way to learn about it is to try it for yourself. Ordinarily, a revenant has only one blood code, but you are different. The blood code you once held was broken and has vanished. That has left you with infinite possibilities. Since you are the only one who can do this, your blood is the only teacher you have. Now, awaken and save the world. Welcome back. Hello. How are you feeling?
So a little info about this game. It's the same creators that made the show and the games for God Eater.
Don't worry, it's okay. I don't remember either. Over there. It's dry, isn't it?
So the game starts off pretty slow. I can't even like sprint on this right now.
We can go slowly. I am here with you. Just a bit farther.
Fun fact also about this game is it's the same creators that made Dark Souls
We're all right.
as well.
A spring will slake our thirst.
That's what got me into this. Was it's supposed to be like a difficult game with slight horror.
It seems everyone, everywhere, is thirsty. There is a spring that will cure that thirst, one that weeps tears of blood. That's what they said, anyway.
She has no name right now.
This way.
I forget what her name is. It's been a while since I played it.
It's all right. It's all right.
So Kevin, I don't know if you were here whenever I was mentioning it to you, but this is the same game developers that made the Dark Souls games, and if you've heard of the show or the games, God Eater, the same developers as that.
So, it is you. Here. This is for you.
I don't even know how to set mods, to be honest. Oh, there we go. Creeper is the mod now.
A new spring and a fresh source of labor. Ha ha! We really hit the jackpot. Get up. It's time for a bit of fun.
Hurry up and get ready.
You're awake then? Whoa, keep it down. Your friend just fell asleep.
Number 3 and 4, newcomers 2. Time to work.
You missed out on the character creation. I was showing Creep. I didn't go through it too in depth because I didn't want to waste a whole lot of time on it. But it's got a pretty in depth character creation, and it's got a vast array of pre-generated ones as well.
This one's dry. The miasma's pretty thick. Damn it! We're running out of time before the next collection.
Everything's ready.
Right. I'm on my way. All dried up. Just like the others.
Yeah, all dried up. So there's no sense in searching with the miasma like this. Let's...
You know what these are, right?
Blood beads, right?
Yes, very good. Now I want you to search for blood beads in the
tonight's
tunnels
strength
ahead
is
of here.
Guinness.
You see, it's only a short time before the collectors come to take our levy. But once they do, I'm afraid we won't have any blood beads to
By the way,
give them.
Kevin, you're more
If
than
we don't
welcome if you
find
want to
some,
hop into my
Silva's
PlayStation
hounds
party
will
and be
strip
in
the
chat.
shirts right off our backs. Well, that's the long and short of it.
Why does it have to be us?
Don't ask me. The stupid levy system was Silva's idea. If you have a complaint, I suggest you take it up with him.
You lot go first. Get to work.
Don't. There's a better time and place. For now, we just have to obey.
Next!
What's up, Kevin?
Oh, and I hear the hunter has been showing up around here lately. So make sure you don't all get killed.
What's that? Yeah, it's a pretty fun game.
You heard him. Move it!
Ouch. Hey, you okay? It looks like we can't get back up from here. We'll have to look for another
lovely.
way back.
How do I change that?
Oh, I'm Oliver Collins, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Okay. That way the stream's not interrupted.
We're gonna find a blood-bead bonanza.
Alright. There we go.
All right, so
now.
people should be able to hear me now.
Alright, we'll see once the
Yeah, there we go. I hear myself in the stream.
Alright, perfect.
Yeah, now you don't sound like a crazy loon talking to himself.
Dead lost.
Yeah.
I've never seen one before.
I fixed the echo problem
It's just a dormant
from last time. I realized that
real monsters.
What was the problem anyway? What was causing that?
it was either my projector was volume was on, or the volume on my laptop was on, and so because I was sitting close to both, it was one or the other, or possibly both.
Please don't fall.
Yeah, early on in the game, it's not terribly hard. It doesn't try to punish you right off the bat like the Dark
You
Souls
plan on
games do.
streaming the entire game?
I'll stream as much as, whoever wants. I don't care. But I definitely highly recommend this game. It's got a pretty solid story to it. Different character followers you can have different assets, and something that's really cool are the blood codes.
Is there something good
And
in
I'll
there?
show you that here in a second.
The blood poos?
Yeah, right here, this. So like right now I only have fighter, ranger, and caster, but by the end of the game you'll have like 20 different blood codes, and so what?
Oh,
that
blood
does-
codes. I was saying blood poos. I thought you said
Oh,
blood
yeah,
poos.
no, blood
I
codes.
can wait.
But yeah, so what they do is if you look at the stats in the center there, the different ones have different stats, allow for different kind of fighting styles and gameplay, and so it's you can really
Which way
fine
do you
tune
think
and
is better?
customize this game to how you like to play. My best friend Blake, who was gonna be on the chat audio also because he's the one who recommended me this game. For example, he's more of a caster or like a light weapon
What could that be?
kind of
Is this game
player.
co-op?
What's up?
Is this game co-op?
I think there's an option. I actually haven't figured it out yet, to be honest. It does have an online option, and so I would imagine it is. But yeah, he likes to. Oh, there we go. He likes to play more of a rogue character. I tend to play more of like a brute or barbarian. Strong attacks. Big weapons.
What's that do?
This is definitely a game where you've got to do some grinding on lower levels because it can get pretty difficult at times if you're in over your head.
What about inventory management?
It's not too bad. Oh shit. Inventory management isn't too bad. You don't have a whole lot of useless shit you gotta keep track of. Most of the stuff you can stack. There's generally not like an encumbrance system, so you can just have a whole bunch of shit.
I'm glad we made it. Is there something good in there?
And there's an array of different weapons as well. Right now I've got like just a bullshit pipe. I should pick this up and equip that. Secondary, you got primary and secondary weapons you can switch between. How do we do that? I forget, it's been a minute. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know if Creep is still watching, but I think it'd be pretty cool if he
I don't think we
stream Astral Chain on the Switch. I'd like to take a look at that game as well.
I've never even heard of that one. What's that one about?
Fine.
It's new. It's I don't really know exactly what it's about myself either, but I think there's some sort of branching path. Like that's kind of the built into the story. Whether you're playing as one character or not, there's like two different timelines going on at the same time.
Huh.
We should find some blood beads and go back.
And the events, I think the events from one character affect the other's timeline. So I think it sounds like a pretty cool game. I heard very good things about it. It's fairly new.
Huh. Yeah, it does sound pretty interesting.
And I know Creek bought himself a pretty expensive capture card just to be able to stream on the Switch. So
Yeah.
if he bought Astral Chain and streamed it, I'd watch that.
Yeah, I was
Will that
I
come
was
in
looking
handy?
at I was in the group chat earlier and realized that I think I'm the only one out of us that doesn't have a Switch.
That might be true. I'm pretty sure Mimi and her boyfriend just kind of share one Switch. I don't really think her boyfriend uses the Switch at all, but yeah, their household definitely has a Switch in it.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's that?
And then so I started looking at Switches today and
Is there
they're
something good in
expensive.
there?
Yes. For some reason, there's a shortage of them. I think so. The price is pretty high.
Yeah, it's jumped up quite a bit.
Yeah, my sister actually called me today to ask me if there was like a way to get some cheaper Switches, and I was like, well, no, there's a shortage going on. She actually called me today about the same thing. Apparently, her girlfriend or something wanted to buy one for like her nephew or something, and they're pretty expensive out there today.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Another cool
and apparently it's going to be the same issue with the new PS5 coming out. Reportedly, they're purposefully going to only ship out a small stock of them worldwide.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a shortage problem with the PS5s when they come out.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 billion units, I think, as opposed to the PlayStation 4's initial release was like, I think 7.
Oh, didn't they pass us earlier?
Another cool thing, aspect about this game
Did you get
is,
hurt?
you see that dude's jacket, that's a blood veil, and there's several different types of blood veils that help you sort of customize your play style as well.
That could have gone better. I'll catch up with you in a bit.
So are these people supposed to be like vampires or something?
Vampires aren't necessarily the word. They're
right.
like
Go on.
I don't really know what the word is exactly, but
there's
there's like this
right?
like a
that girl
disease,
is waiting for you.
and it doesn't affect humans. It affects the people that were turned into these. Shoot, I forget what you're called. But basically, yeah, you need blood to survive. But again, it's not like it's not like a vampire sort of deal. It's different.
When did this game come out?
This game came out in September.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember the people in my chat saying that. So it was it's fairly new, yeah.
So yeah, so here's what I was talking about, the blood veils. They'll change up your stats a little bit, add to different things, take away from different things. And they usually look pretty cool too. The play style of this game takes a minute to get used to because you've got to, much like The Witcher, you really gotta kind of get a feel for not just, mashing the attack button, but, knowing when to do a quick attack, a power attack, and dodging. And everything costs, like, stamina. Dodging, swift attacks.
Well, then I can definitely see the Dark Souls influence.
Yeah. I do remember this game being a little bit harder in the beginning, though, than what it is right now. I mean, it might just be that, I've got more experience with it now. I've beat it twice. These guys are the worst because of the poison debuff. Oh shit. Damn it, I don't have any healing potions. I might die. Oh, never mind. That's it. Oh shit. I knew he was there too. Another Dark Souls sort of element are the Oh, okay, I got a regen factor. So this helps, adds to your health. But you'll have missiles, which are sort of like the campfires in Dark Souls, where you save and it kind of saves your progression up to that point. Whenever you die, you'll actually go back to there. In fact, that's where you'll do a lot of your inventory management, teleportation, healing, leveling up. All of that's handled there. There's actually one right around the corner here. That'll activate. Oop, wrong button. And it'll highlight the surrounding area as well on your map. Cool thing about this is you collect, I forget what they're called. That's points whenever you kill enemies. And,
well, I'm sure you'll start remembering the terminology as you play.
Yeah, exactly. Ichor or Ichor, however they pronounce it. You collect Ichor or Ichor from your enemies as you defeat them. And you don't have to level up like one level at a time. You can, shit. So this guy's, tough ass. I have to use a special attack on him. Oh, okay, that's just a buff. And he can fall off, which helps a lot.
By any chance, do you play Destiny or Destiny 2?
I played both of them briefly. I still have Destiny 2 though, but I haven't played it in quite a while.
If you're at all remotely interested, we're trying to do a big old. Some of my friends that play Destiny kind of convinced me to get it because it was free for a short while there. I'd still be. They want to do a big old 6-player cooperative thing, and if you want to be part of that, I'm sure they'll be more than happy because we still need some slots to fill.
Yeah, I'd have to get reacquainted with the game, but I could be.
Oh, that won't be a problem. I'm brand new with the game myself, so they're expecting things to go wrong due to inexperience on the newbie players' parts. So if you don't want to, you don't have to. But I'm saying the problem that you're bad at the game or inexperienced at the game, it won't be a problem at all.
Cool.
That's kind of the point, actually. So that's if you wanna.
Yeah, I'll consider it for sure. That sounds like a fun time.
The only reason I'm even involved in this, the only reason is I'm not interested in this game, but the only reason I'm involved is because it's like a big fucking 6-player experience cooperatively, and I was like, you know what, that aspect actually sounds interesting, so let me go ahead and get involved in that.
Yeah, that's the selling point for me as well.
Yeah, I would like to see the clusterfuck of 6 players playing together with whatever the fuck you do in Destiny. Whatever the fuck it is you do in Destiny, I haven't played.
It's I don't know, it's a pretty cool game. It's a
cool looking game, that's for sure, but I can't really say anything positive beyond that as far as I've seen. But I'm literally brand new to the game, so we'll see how it goes. They're hoping I stick around, because the game will hopefully interest me enough to stick around.
It's if you're familiar with Halo at all, it's got a Halo feel to it because Bungie made it. And it's an MMO.
That's right. Yes, they did.
It's an MMO game, so it's got an MMO feel to it. As a shooter though, as an FPS, so that's also another interesting dynamic of an MMO FPS.
Yeah, there will be at least, besides me, there will be at least one other player who will be inexperienced at the game. So it'll be like if you joined, it would be like 3 of us that'd be inexperienced, and the other 3 would be seasoned veterans of game. So
Yeah, whenever I bought it, I only played a little bit of it and lost interest because Destiny is definitely one of those games where you need to party. If you try to solo player it,
It's a commitment. That
Yeah.
game is a commitment.
oh, that's absolutely a commitment. Yes, but yeah, if you try to solo it, it'll punish you. It'll definitely be difficult. I've already gone this way. Let me dodge around him. I saw something I missed. Alright. I don't feel like fighting that guy right now. I don't have any more health. But, yeah, it's certainly a commitment. And, yeah, it's a lot more fun if you have a party to do it.
Absolutely is. I saw that thing has like over. You can level up to like over level 750 or something. Some
Yeah.
ridiculous number like that.
And that's ultimately why I stopped playing the first Destiny, was the first 25 levels you could do it on your own, but after that you you couldn't progress
Are you
unless
a
you had
fellow
a party.
explorer? It
And
appears
none of my
you're alone.
friends had Destiny
I'm
at
on
that
my own
point
at the
because
moment,
the
too.
PlayStation was
I was
still,
hoping for a
I
partner
think,
for
within
path
its first
ahead.
year, and so not a lot of
What
my
do you
friends
say?
had it.
Would you mind working
yet.
together? At
And
least until we're
so
through here?
I ended up quitting
Don't worry.
or
I'm not
getting
gonna
rid of
stab you in the
Destiny
back.
1 because
Miasma and the Lost here are enough
there's a
trouble
lot of
as it is.
lobby issues with random players where they would join and then partway through the mission they'd back out and the entire mission fails and you go through the whole thing again, and it was a pain in the ass.
Thanks a lot. I'm glad to work with you.
Well, I could definitely see why you would want friends involved then.
Yeah, and then I tried to get back into it with Destiny 2, but it was the same issue. Not that it would auto fail you for not having a party, but it's a game meant to have a party. This one I would imagine. Oh shit! I'm gonna die. I have to go back. But this game would certainly be fun if it were multiplayer. I think it might be, but like I said, I haven't figured that aspect out yet. Down here and fight the smaller guys first, instead of just jumping straight into the big baddies, or just a big baddie right away. Fuck it. So this guy that's right behind me, he's actually like the leader of the faction that you end up becoming part of. His name's Luis. He's kind of a badass. But like I said, all the different companions have... Fuck. I'm getting wrecked. Damn it. Alright. So here's the part that I remember of this difficulty. The cool thing is, with this game, as opposed to Dark Souls, is you have a follower that will occasionally revive you.
Did you pick up something we can use?
Which came in handy just a second ago whenever I was getting my ass handed to me.
Wanna head up? Sorry, I'm on my way.
So the whole point of this game is that you're trying, you're Revenant, that's what you're called. of the game is you survive off of blood, and if you don't
Not
have...
like a vampire at all, by the way.
No, I mean, it's not like a vampire as in like you go out and you suck people's blood and that you're invincible and all that shit. It's...
Could that really be?
It's different but similar. But the point being is you go feral, much like a vampire. You go feral if
Could you fill me in on the details
if you don't get enough of the blood seeds or
Red
whatever.
stuff.
Yeah.
We're not far from the surface now. It's open.
I'm not great at explaining this game, which is why I wanted Blake in on the party chat, because he's like big into this game, and so he'd be able to talk about all of that shit. Bring that.
Well, don't worry too much about explaining the game. Just
No more healing?
worry about
Push yourself too
being
hard.
entertaining.
Yeah. A cool fun fact outside of the game. Back to my drink of choice for the night, Guinness. So if you actually get a Guinness pint glass and you have Guinness in a can, you can actually open it and pour it straight into the cup, like straight down, up and down, completely vertical, and you will not overflow your glass. It will go all the way to the top, but will never overflow. And it's really cool to see somebody do it. It's something a bartender showed me whenever I was working as a bartender.
We have lost above us.
I got really nervous because I thought they were gonna overfill it, and they're like, "No, it'll never overfill. It's just the exact right amount." But it only works with the special Guinness cups.
Would have missed that.
Which I assume bartenders would have on hand.
Yeah, if you're serving Guinness, you have them. That's another cool thing about this game,
Back on the surface
and
again.
it'll get into the story later, but you'll have to find blood codes for different people to unlock memories, and like you go through the memories of your comrades and all this shit, and it'll determine on whether or not there are certain people that you can save or let die, depending on if you find all of the blood codes. So it's another one of those side quest things that pays off in the
Once
story
someone is lost,
if you actually go out and get all of the collectibles.
cast aside your doubt.
Yeah, like I was talking about in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy right here is an example of one of the revenants who's gone feral because they got exposed to the miasma, which is like this a barrier
Where to get started?
that's overhead, and it'll make you go insane. Oh shit! Hang in there, however you can. Yep, I'm gonna die in this battle. Oh, I've got 1 health. That is spectacular. And now I've died.
Back with us?
So like I said before, you come back to these missiles, and yeah, whenever you die. Oops, I think I go this way.
A review of our tactics might be in order.
Were you watching Claire stream earlier today?
No, I didn't get a chance. I went to, right when I went to watch it, she had just finished. Yeah, that was right when in the middle of me driving to go get some fast food.
What's your fast food of choice?
I had Dairy Queen today. We've only
Is that your
got-
preferred?
No. What I would have preferred Taco Bell, but we don't have a Taco Bell in town.
That's quite valuable. Let's use it well.
Our fast food consists of McDonald's, Dairy Queen, and Subway. That's the life of a small town.
I've never actually gotten a chance to try Dairy Queen before.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's as price wise, it's on the same page as like as Chick-fil-A. It's a little bit more upscale prices. Food's pretty good. I only ever get their chicken strips. They're really good. Their burgers are all right. Their fries are pretty great though. Their fries are actually like a major selling point for me. That and their.
I would assume a place called Dairy Queen would have the selling point be their ice cream products.
Well, yes, they've got amazing ice cream as well.
That's what I want to try them for, but I never get a chance to. Like, there have been so many opportunities where I was like, okay, at the end of the day, after I'm done with all this, I'm gonna go by this Dairy Queen that I have to literally pass by to get back home. And then I drive right past it and I get home and I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Do not believe how many times that exact scenario has happened. It's honestly an embarrassing amount of times. Something like that. Yeah, we got them here. It's just they're not the most prolific chain here. So
Yeah.
you certainly see more of the typical chains here than you see that one. I could only even, I could only even tell you like two of them are definitively locations of two of them. There's probably more, but I can only ever think of two. One's pretty out of the way for me, and another's pretty local. And I guess I have no excuse for why I haven't gone to that one at least.
Yeah, son of a bitch, dead again. Yes, this is what I was talking about. How it is helpful to.
Glad your heart's okay.
Yeah, you do have to grind a little bit in this game, because like right now, I can't beat him, so I need to go back and do some grinding.
I think we can go up here.
Yeah, Dairy Queen's pretty good. I like their ice cream. They have really, really good ice cream cakes. Yeah, I was really feeling Taco Bell tonight, but I didn't feel like driving 40 minutes, well, 80 minutes round trip just to get Taco Bell.
Have the streets been pretty barren, at least where you live? Due to the,
For the most part. I mean, it's the country, so the traffic isn't very bad to begin with. But yeah, you can definitely tell there's been a reduction in traffic. Except for around, dinner time, shit like that.
well, folks gotta eat.
Yeah. Yeah, like the line for Dairy Queen was ridiculous earlier. It took me 30 minutes to get to the drive-thru. which I don't think it's ever taken that long. So, it's
they're not allow. They don't allow people inside, right?
no, they don't allow anybody inside. So that, I mean, that's a big factor as well.
Enemy
But
sighted up ahead.
it's just wild
Not a lot of room to dodge.
to see that happening. You know.
I don't know. This entire situation is pretty unusual.
Yeah. The good news is, I don't know if I told you yesterday. I think I might have. I finally I heard back from unemployment, so I
Yeah, processed, right?
Yeah. So I'm finally getting paid for that. So luckily, didn't have to worry about missing any bills. So that's been pretty helpful. That and not having to travel much. Although I've been spending about the same amount in food as I normally do whenever I work, just minus all of the gas,
Valuable. Let's use it well. I'm impressed.
which is a substantial amount because I was driving 100 miles round trip to work in that 5 days a week. I think I put something like 40,000 miles on my car just last year.
There's more over us. Take them all down at once. Got some healing light.
Heal up. See, like I said, in the beginning of the game, it's sort of, I don't want to say dull. It's a little repetitive at first.
Think we can slip by.
But like I said, later on in the game, as you get more blood codes and blood veils, you're really able to really fine-tune your character and your play style, and it makes things considerably easier. Like if I played a gameplay with my previous character, it'd be night and day difference on how play style.
You can't regenerate? Let's consider heading back.
Alright. Let's see if it's time to level up. Alright, 2 more levels.
I see movement over there. This terrain doesn't favor us. Expected that to be harder.
I think all I need is like maybe 1 more level and I'll be ready to take down that boss.
Up something we can use?
Yeah, if you haven't already checked it out, like I said,
Huh?
I said if you haven't already checked it out, grab the demo. This is the portion of the game you'll be playing, and you'll be able to get a feel for combat. Even for the demo, the character creation is full character creation, so you can really dive into
We handled that pretty well.
how customizable. You can make a character and all that.
I think we can slip by now.
So did you play this on release, or?
Yeah, I played it on release. I pre-ordered it. And,
Because your bud recommended it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, he was going nuts over it. He's like, dude, I need to have this game. I need to get it. And at the time, he was short on money, and so I ended up lending him the money to get the game. I'm like, you know what? If I'm already technically buying the game, I might as well buy the game for myself as well. And he paid me back like immediately.
That's some sound logic right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was literally like he didn't have the money to pre-order it to get it the day of, and then 2 days later he got paid. So it's like, yeah, that's not a big deal. I'll front you the money so you can pre-order it and get the pre-order bonuses, which is like the pre-order bonus was some like I think a couple God Eater weapons and a God Eater blood veil.
Wow.
Yeah. Just your standard, you know, pre-order shit. You get a couple extra weapons, exclusive weapons and shit. Nothing that's game-changing. It definitely, the weapons are pretty helpful in the beginning. Like they certainly give you an edge. So it's nice whenever they do that sort of thing. And then all of their, I believe, all of their DLC are included in the game. They release it in waves, like seasons almost. We had, I think the first one was Halloween that they did. They added, didn't really add a whole lot to that one. It was, you got a couple new customization items. The big one was, I think, around Christmas. They added another level. Which, they weren't terribly successful at implementing that one because they put access to the level in the later stages of the game.
That's quite valuable.
And whenever you do, this game's got like a new game plus, and whenever you do that, you don't have access to the later part of the game, so you actually have to go through the entire game again.
I won't take long. Just
to access the DLC, which since then they fixed. But it was a pain in the ass originally. Alright. I don't think I have enough for another one, so we'll just keep going. We'll see if we're ready to fight him. You're gonna come down? Okay, there we go. It was funny, my friend Blake, he liked this game so much that he actually prolonged completing the game because he wasn't quite ready for it to be over.
I kind of get that. I kind of get that feeling.
Yeah. So, I think I beat the game in 2 weeks, playing it leisurely, like not really going too hard in it. And I think he only just finally beat it within the last couple months.
Watch your head.
Because he's like, you know what, I need to finish the game. Like, I've got that's the whole point. I want to play the whole thing.
Hey, by the way, which model of PS4 do you have?
I have day one.
The base, very, very base model.
Yes. Which is why I was saying I wasn't sure if this had streaming capabilities, to be honest.
It does. It is missing 5G compatibility, though.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be a problem for you out in the
We all
woods.
set up?
Yeah, no, that's certainly not something I'm terribly concerned about on here. 5G.
Like, what? This thing can't connect to even faster internet?
Oh, no, no. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah, you're right. My Xbox does. This is stuck on the 2.4. Fuck. I'm already boned in this one. I used up my health already.
Alright, Rex, I'm gonna need your expertise here. I got 15 dealers showing me a face card.
Oh, you got 15 dealers showing a face card, you said?
Yeah, and I have an ace, by the way. My 15 is an ace
soft?
and 4.
Oh, yeah.
It's a soft.
Hit it. Absolutely hit that.
Now we got a hard 14. A hard 14.
Hit it again.
Showing me a face card, okay. 18.
There you go, stay.
Alright, showing me a face card. Yeah, he had a 20.
The basic strategy says you want to hit until 17. If it's a soft 17, up to a soft 17, always hit. And depending on what the dealer has, you may actually double your soft card.
It says here the dealer must stand on 17.
Yeah, that's pretty standard rules for blackjack.
Because I always wondered how come dealers don't just try to go for 21 every time.
Because
then I learned that there's a must stand on 17 rule.
well, and that's for the casino and the player advantage to an extent. If the dealer always went for 21, then
they could risk busting out.
Exactly, you bust more frequently.
And busting means everybody who didn't already bust wins.
Yes.
Which means the casino has to give more of a payout.
So close. Just a sliver of his health left.
I had a friend of mine playing this with me, and he decided to not only hit on a 20, but double down on a 20 right out the gate.
Jeez. I would never, ever double down on a 20.
Would you hit on a 20? Would you even hit on a 20?
I wouldn't hit on a 20. The only thing I would do with a 20 is either stay, and in very rare circumstances, I would split.
The balls on this man to double down on a 20. He did not win, needless to say.
Yeah,
needless
no,
to
that
say.
was. Yeah, that's a given. Your odds are not great.
You're quite literally looking for only 4 cards in the entire deck. Assuming it's a single.
Well, no, hold on, let me think. It's typically 8 decks. There's 4 on each. So you're looking for 32 cards. Most casinos play 8 decks.
Pick up something we can use?
If it's a single deck, then yeah, you're even more bound.
On my way.
I wonder why I keep popping up at the other missile and not this one. It would make more sense to show up at this one.
So from a player's perspective, would you say that that we should be striving for a 17 or higher?
Yes. Yeah, you should absolutely be shooting for a 17. Because at least a 17. A lot of there's a couple different
So you would hit on a 16 every time as a player.
Yes.
Every time.
Yep. With exception to the exceptions in basic strategy, which are never hit anything above a 12 unless it's soft. If the dealer is showing break cards, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dealer has any of those cards up, you would not hit anything above a 12. Alright, well, anything
Don't
above
hit
11.
anything above a 12 if the dealer is showing a 6 or lower.
Yes. Yeah, don't hit anything above 11, actually. I said the wrong thing there. You'll hit 12 on 2, but that's the only exception.
Alright.
But yeah, 12 and up on dealers showing 2 to 6. Yeah, you're staying on that every day. Unless it's a soft card. But yeah, you basically got two mindsets. You'll have the people who play by basic strategy, which is to go to 17, and you'll have some people that will stay at 16 because they think it's better, and it's not. Your odds are worse staying on a 16, but you know, people get lucky playing a certain way, and they automatically think that way is correct.
And so is this the exact kind of thing you tell people when they ask you for advice at the table?
Yeah, absolutely. I like to gamble, and I appreciate when people are honest with me. So I'm honest and upfront with my players as well. Now, some players don't want to hear what you've got to say, even if you are trying to help. So, I sort of feel it out, and the ones that I think will accept my advice, I'll give them the advice, and the other ones who are clearly bullheaded, don't give a damn, then I leave them to their own devices. And
so I'm sure this kind of situation must have happened. You must have had a player ask you for advice, and you gave him genuine advice, and then they still lose that hand, and then they get angry at you.
Oh yeah.
You misled them.
Yeah.
What do you do personally in that situation?
I just tell them that, basic strategy is there to increase their chances of winning, but not guarantee it, which is exactly the case. Basic strategy was created by players for players.
Do you tell them this, like, before the game? Like, do you tell them this before they have a chance to lose and get angry at you? They're like, hey, wait, but you didn't say that before I lost. Yeah,
no, I tell them beforehand. I'll say, listen, here's what basic strategy says. You play how you feel you need to play. It's your money. Don't take my advice as law. But I am here to try to help you. I'm not going to take advantage of you.
I mean, you personally don't have anything to gain from your players losing, right?
Yeah, exactly. I have everything to gain from them winning. Because if they're winning, they're tipping. If they're losing, they're not.
You're back.
Let's say, what's a typical tip for a dealer?
The basic idea for tipping your dealer is like tipping anyone else, honestly. You wanna shoot for 10% of your winnings. So you can. Some players will bet with you, or they'll they'll hit a jackpot or like a big hand, and they'll toss you $5-10 on that hand. And if they do that a couple times, they're tipping really well. What I do whenever I play at casinos, because it's...
Have you gambled at your own casino as a player?
No. I wasn't old enough to gamble at my casino. Actually, I never gambled before I started being a dealer. I gambled one time on a Caribbean cruise prior to being a dealer, and that's it. So no, I've never gambled at my casino because naturally we're not allowed to gamble at our own because of
conflicts of interest.
Yeah, exactly, conflict of interest. So I never gambled there, but what I generally do for dealers is I'll break up, you know, $5, $10 actually. I'll break up $10 whenever I buy in, and get dollar chips, and then I'll.
So what's the minimum buy-in for a table at your casino?
So
At the one you.
Yeah. So to play blackjack at my casino, on a typical night, you're looking at a $15 per hand minimum. So realistically, a normal buy-in, if you want to make any money at all and not lose your ass, is $300 minimum. I've seen people go in there and buy in with less and walk away, you know, up, but it's not very common. Blackjack is a very streaky game. You know, you're gonna lose. You will absolutely lose, you know, a couple hands in a row, and it'd be nothing to lose $100 before you finally start winning again. So.
All right, so 15 and a 3. It's a hard 15. I have to stay, right?
Hard 15 against a 3, absolutely, yes, stay.
13, nice. Bust, even better. Dealer busted. So what about max bets? Is there a limit at your casino the maximum people are allowed to bet at tables?
It depends on the table. So what my casino does is they'll do.
Let's use blackjack as a base.
Yeah, blackjack, it will be 10 times the table minimum. So on a $15 table, the maximum will be $1,500. On a $25 table, it'll be $2,500, and for a $50 table, it'll be $5,000. Now that's per hand. Now that's not including doubles or splits. So technically, on a we'll just stick with a $50 table. They're not very common, except for in high limits, but just for sake of math. So say it's a $50 table, and you have the max out there. You got $5,000 on your hand, and you get a pair of 8s. Always split aces and 8s. So you split the 8s. Now you have $10,000 out there. All right. You get let's say a 3 on the one of them. So you double down. And now you got $15,000 out there. That's still within the table limits because the initial bet is not more than $5,000.
I get you.
Just like side bets aren't included in that. You can bet $5,000 in the regular on the ante, but side bets have their own max and minimum bets. So like our one side bet is a minimum 5, maximum 500. So you could have, you know, maxed out on the side bets and the ante.
So have you cleaned out the tables in Red Dead?
Yes. Yeah. I've definitely
cleaned up things.
Yeah.
Do you like playing blackjack or poker?
I love blackjack. Yeah, blackjack's my game. Yeah. I enjoy playing poker, but I never play poker at a casino.
I do prefer a poker that's against other players rather than against the dealer.
Well, some casinos have poker carnival games, meaning they're called novelty or carnival games. So they're poker variants where you're playing against the house. There's a couple of them that aren't bad, but almost all casinos that have table games will have those. Only some casinos have player versus player poker games. That's going to be mostly your larger casinos, like the one I work at, other ones in the area like Maryland Live, MGM, big name casinos. You'll find them all out in Vegas and Atlantic City as well. But I mean, even whenever they offer the player versus player, I don't like playing that. I only like playing poker with friends. One, because I have an edge, because I know what I'm doing. But I don't have to worry about people hustling me at the casino. There's a lot of people who act like they have no clue what they're doing and are professionals. We definitely get professional poker players at our casino. We actually, one of the dealers in my dealer class used to play poker professionally and then decided to become a dealer. Finally defeated him. Holy shit.
Damn, I got pushed.
So up to this point is this is where I think this is not where the demo leaves off. The demo goes just a little bit further than
By the way, both of you,
All revenants must pay a levy. There are no exceptions.
a vestige.
So here's one of those
Best to stay away from those stones.
vestiges I was talking
Anyone
about.
who touches
Blood
them is
code.
defiled, transformed into the lost. Don't listen to their whispers.
Someone has to be sacrificed.
The main character is the only one that's able to
We won't make it.
pick them up and
Once she's
like
settled
control
down,
them.
let's get out of here.
Anybody else that touches them goes insane.
Someone has to be sacrificed.
Wait, what are you...
Oh shit, instant 21, cool.
It's all right. You can do it.
Yes, this is another one of those games where it plays on the whole trope that the main character is like the chosen one sort of deal.
He's the Dovahkiin.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Hey, if everybody at the table has a 21 and the dealer doesn't when he reveals his cards, is he still required to hit until at least 17?
No. Because whenever you have, well, okay. So let's specify. Are you talking about 21 the number, or 21 as in blackjack?
Like in blackjack, when everybody has, all the players have 21. Say for example, it's just a one-on-one thing. There's only one guy at the table with the dealer. The only player at the table gets 21, like right out the gate. I mean,
Okay, so he gets a blackjack.
instantly, yes.
Okay, yeah. So if it's 21, your first two cards, it's a blackjack. It's called blackjack. Otherwise, earning 21 is pulling cards until you get 21. That's why I was asking for specification.
So if all players get blackjack right out the gate, the dealer isn't required to hit any at all.
No, not required at all. Nope. Because it's
So if he reveals he has a 10, he just sticks at a 10. That's it. It's like, all right, that's 10. We're done. Next hand.
Yep.
All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, say you and I were both sitting at a blackjack table, and there was a dealer. You get a blackjack, I get a blackjack, and he's showing literally anything under anything besides a 10. He'll just go ahead and flip his cards immediately, pay both of us out. If he's showing a 10, he'll ask if we want insurance, or well, if he's showing an ace, he'll ask if we want insurance, which case we can, or just whatever. Otherwise, he'll just flip his card, and if he has blackjack, we push. If not, that's the end of the hand.
I guess you reap what you sow, right?
All right, so according to this table, a blackjack pays 3 to 2.
Yep, that's a lot of casinos will pay 3 to 2 on their blackjacks.
What is 3 to 2?
1.5 times.
1.5.
Yes.
1.5 times.
Yep. So if you think of it in terms of chips,
Is a memory.
a lot of, like I said, a lot of casinos will have either $10 or $15 minimums. Mostly it's 15, but for sake of easy math, we'll say it's a $10 table. You have $5 chips.
Yeah, this is a $10 table.
Yeah. So you have $5 chips. It's really, really simple. You get 3 to 2. Your original bet, if you're playing 10, That's 2 red chips. That's 2 nickels. So you just give them 3. You don't even have to do math in your head. If that makes sense.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. I get the 1.5 times payout.
Yeah.
I did not know that a blackjack was specifically if you get 21 from your first 2 cards.
Yeah.
Dealt.
Ace
I
10.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Ace 10 in your first 2 cards is specifically a blackjack, and that's the only time you'll get paid 3 to 2.
We both
21 otherwise is just a number. That's it.
Alright, so I got a soft 19. My dealer's showing an ace.
Stay.
Come with me. I know a spot where we can.
Alright, he has 14, soft 14.
He has.
Now he's got hard 14.
Oh.
And now he's busted.
I'm Louis. I'm researching blood beads.
Yeah, the only time you ever want to hit a soft 18 or 19 is if you're feeling really ballsy on the dealer showing a 5 or a 6. And again, even then, it's not recommended.
The odds aren't in your favor.
Yeah.
You don't mind talking about work off of work, right?
No, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I love gambling. I love playing cards. Well, I should rephrase that. I love playing cards. Gambling is fun. I don't love it. Like, it's not like it's something I have to go out and do. Yeah, I have no problem at all. Honestly, I mean, like I said before, if it were up to me, I'd have like a weekly poker night. But my friends, my friends who I work with, feel like they can't get enough, or they're they like to keep work and fun separated, so they're not for that. And my other friends are burnt out on cards, I guess. I don't know.
I play it. I don't know about real money, but we could do something like snack betting or something.
Yeah.
And when it did, it trapped everyone and everything inside.
I've only played poker for money a handful of times, and I was fortunate enough each time to be the winner.
That was the name people gave to
I really like Red Dead's version of poker. That's Texas Hold'em, right? That right there is Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, correct. That's
I like that. That's
probably the most common form of poker.
I got 2 6s here. Should I split?
6s. What are you playing up against?
He's showing a 9.
He's showing a 9.
Yeah. Should I split, or should I hit, or should
I would hit that. I wouldn't split.
Hit.
Searching for blood, terrified of losing themselves.
15.
It's a common fate these days.
Hit it.
But ripples are beginning to form.
17.
Stay.
You cleared the miasma and revitalized.
Oh god, if he shows us a 19. Oh, 18. He had a pair of 9s.
Huh.
Where did you learn to do that?
Wasn't expecting that, but well, still lost. which is what I expected.
Yeah. But yeah, how do you
that happens.
Had you split, you would have had a 14.
That's unusual.
And
Losing
depending
so
on what
much
his
of your
next
memory.
card would have been,
I suppose it was the same for her.
it would have been difficult to say.
For now.
So ideally, what are the most ideal cards to split on?
Aces and 8s every time, every single time.
If you get a pair of aces or a pair of 8s.
Yep. Now, I don't remember in Red Dead specifically, but at our casino and most casinos.
I'm not playing Red Dead, by the way.
Oh, you're not?
No.
What are you playing?
GTA, the other Rockstar game.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they added casinos.
Yeah. This blackjack here though doesn't do the insurance thing like Red Dead does. The insurance bet for blackjack.
Okay. Yeah, that's very, very common in casinos. Is offering insurance. At any rate, I totally forget where I was.
I was asking you the ideal cards to split on. You said 8s and aces.
Yeah, aces. almost all casinos will, you'll split on aces, but you only get one card.
Really?
Yes, you'll only get, it'll almost be like a double down in a way. So you'll split the aces, and then each ace will get a single card. You don't get the hit.
So in a situation like that, would you still recommend splitting aces?
Absolutely, yes. It's,
So no matter what, always split an ace.
Always split aces and eights.
Alright. I mean, because there are a lot of ace cards and tens,
Yeah.
you know, 10 about 10 cards with the values of 10.
Exactly.
Thankfully, though, you do get to keep hitting if you want. Here, at least. Which I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had the best luck with splitting. Well, now I know that ideally. So okay, but what's something you might, if you're feeling lucky, split on, but not every time? So we talked about the ideal cards to split on. What are something that's like, it's a gamble, but the odds are good enough, ish.
20 on a 6.
20 on the 6.
Yeah. If you're feeling ballsy, and pending, you're...
So you're saying if the dealer's showing a 10 and you've got a pair of 6s...
No, backwards. If you have 20, and the dealer's showing a 6, he's showing a break card. If you're feeling ballsy, you can split that.
Alright.
I'm really sorry.
Looking a bit tired. We can talk again later.
Oh, that's right. Forgotten this part. So this is the hideout, Louie's hideout. The leader's name is Louie. I don't know if you caught that.
I am watching your stream in the background. I have the sort of a 2-screen thing going on.
Yeah.
Split screen thing going on, I should say.
Nice. But yeah, so Louis is the leader. He's got like a balanced companion style. Io.
Warm here, isn't it?
I forget what her style is usually. I usually stick between Louis and Yakumo here
All
as
residents
companions.
don't do anything.
Do you get to name your own character too, even though I'm sure it's pointless because characters aren't going to actually say your name?
Yeah. This character, your custom character, you're allowed to name, and you can customize at any point. And I'll go ahead and I'll jump into that real quick since you missed the beginning. I don't know how much you can.
It says there's 2 people watching. Are you watching your own stream? So is it just you and me, or me and some other person?
Yeah, I'm watching my own stream.
So it's just you and me.
Yeah, I do that because on the Xbox, I wasn't able to see comments like I am on the PlayStation here on the side, and I opened it up and I just hadn't fucked with it since. But yeah, so you got all sorts of shit you can do with your character, hairstyle wise. Got some cool eye shapes.
Do you ever try to make a customizable character look like you, or is it more of like a fantasy thing that you like to go for?
It depends on the mood and the playthrough. Sometimes I'll, usually my first time through, I'll make a character that looks like myself, and then other playthroughs afterwards, I'll switch it up, and I'll like do something different.
Hey, you don't have one of the. You wouldn't happen to have one of those, or I should say, work at one of those casinos that has like a grand prize giveaway or something, like spin a wheel, win a car.
Oh, we got grand prizes all the time.
What do they usually consist of? Just big payouts, or like a item you can win, or what?
Mostly big payouts. Every summer they'll give away a car or two.
How long have you been working at this casino now?
Let's see. At this point, it's been 2 years
If
and
you were
2
still,
months.
if you were still working even like today, how long would this be?
Yeah, 2 years and 2 months.
Wow, it's been that long, huh?
Yeah. Yep, I started in February of 20.
Jeez, it doesn't feel that long. Like I met you long before you ever started working for the casino.
Yeah.
Has it really been 2? Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy how time flies.
Certainly does.
I especially lose track of like how long you and I have been friends, or how
Oh, yeah, no, it's a
being
lot harder to keep track of relationships.
yeah. I mean, shit. My best friend. I mean, he and I have been best friends for fuck, I don't know, 14 years or something like that. It's been a while.
I mean, I hope it doesn't feel like you just met him the other day, even now.
Oh no, no, no. We met back in middle school, so it's hard to kind of lose track of that. But yeah, certain other people, it's hard to kind of keep track of things. Like anything that happened in high school, I remember specifically. Like one of my other best friends, we didn't meet until like 10th grade. Like I can remember that specifically, and I've got like a decent grasp of that. But anything after high school, like I can't keep track of. Oh yeah, we've been friends for however long. There's no real milestones that really help with that. So I think at this point I'm supposed to lay down and sleep, but I'm laying here and nothing's happening. Because they told me to rest.
It's warm here, isn't it?
Looking a bit tired. We can talk again later.
I think this is good enough spot as any to stop the stream. Got through the what would essentially be the demo of this game, and I can't progress any further at the moment because I forget. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I'll stay in the party chat though. I'll see if I can find some other game to play.
All right.
So let me go ahead and end the stream.